My son Bond was profoundly disabled with cerebral palsy is the umbrella term. It was actually Bayless ascariasis. It's a parasitical brain infection from a raccoon roundworm when he was 13 months old. Sadly, he passed away a year ago Christmas. He was almost 25 at the time, and I was obviously his devoted mom and primary caregiver. I also have an older daughter and a younger daughter, and throughout their childhood, our objective was always to be a complete family, to be all three of the kids going out on adventures, all five of us. And that became harder and harder, needing to take Bond out of his wheelchair to sometimes place him in the floor of our van in order to change him. So it just became impossible for all five of us to continue to do that. My husband would take the girls out. I would stay home with Bond.
My son, who's 17, he is physically disabled. He's a wheelchair user, a full-time wheelchair user. He needs 100% help with any item of self-care. So he needs someone to feed him, someone to dress him, someone to bath him. He is not able to use the bathroom, therefore he's reliant on diapers. We can use the back of our van, but we live in Wisconsin. In winter time, the back of the van is not an option. It is far too cold. So that is mainly a summer. We can do that in the summer, but not in the winter. Or we could use a floor. And a bathroom floor is not a nice place to lay anyone. With a 17-year-old male, it's not really appropriate that he is in a female bathroom laying on the floor where people can see him, you know, naked from the waist down. Although, I mean, I take things to try and cover him, but sometimes it's not possible to totally do that with dignity. So we have a choice. We can decide not to go out. We can decide to go out. If we say we're going to a game, a soccer game, we could go and miss the start, or we could go and miss the end of the game. We could just leave. If we think we need a diaper change, we would just leave.
I was traveling with my family on vacation. We were at an airport in the United States, and my son needed to be toileted, and we were offered a family restroom. And when I opened the door, I realized they were offering me the floor of the family restroom because they brought blankets and a pillow. And as I was changing him, I just had the revelation that there has to be another option. There has to be something else. This can't be it. We have veterans coming back, and I am a veteran. Fortunately, I'm not disabled, but I can't imagine if I was 23 and went off to serve my country, got hit with an IED, and came back, and my access to a restroom was being laid on the floor to be toileted. Like, I'm sure out there there's a veteran that's what they're facing, because that's what I'm facing with my son.
Universal Changing Places was one of the first campaigns to start in America. After that, there have been other campaigns that have started, some called Changing Spaces. They started mainly on Facebook with a bunch of mothers that got together, and they are doing great things for this movement as well. The thing about it is we're all advocating for the same things. We're all advocating for powered, height-adjustable adult changing tables in family restrooms. The main reason I support adult changing tables is because of my son Greyson. He has shown me that without these type of facilities, our world becomes very small. And so I don't want that for other families. I would like people to be able to go out and enjoy their communities, to go to a park, to go to a convention center, to go to the museums and enjoy their day and not have to worry, am I going to have to leave the venue early or leave that loved one at home? And that to me is the tragedy of all this, is these people that we love more than anything get left at home.
Accessibility does not equal accommodation. You can get the wheelchair into the bathroom, you can get it through the door, but if you can't do anything once you're in that space, if you're not able to transfer to a toilet, if you're not able to get up to a sink, you are stuck. So getting that changing table, that adult size changing table in there is crucial.
The organization has grown because it allows for a space for people to kind of say what they're working on, what works and what's not working. And I think that that gives a lot of power in numbers. And we've grown because we have more advocates joining the group, joining the movement. We have more awareness that's being built. A lot of times you just, you know, because you're sharing on social media is a wildfire of its own. A lot of times you see people comment, I didn't know that. I've never thought about it, but it does seem like it's a good idea to probably not lay a person on the floor.
A restroom which contains a height adjustable table, such as we're hoping to get with the Changing Spaces campaign, is a great financial investment. Anywhere that a population goes to spend money, a mall, a museum, a concert, going through an airport, is a chance to increase revenue if you open it up to a family. We've driven 5 hours to go to a museum before because we knew that there was a changing table there. So Minnesota got our business. We were in Wisconsin and we drove to Minnesota because of a table.